Hi everyone, good morning and thanks for joining. So yesterday we have seen about security profiles configuration. After configuring the security profiles, how to enable these security profiles in the policies or rules configuration. So these policies configuration will vary from organization to organization, and also it depends based on the business requirement. So we have to go and we have to speak with the different stakeholders and we have to gather the requirement. So according to that one, we have to build up the policies or rules. So that may be internal to external, that may be internal to DMZ or DMZ to external. Okay, external to DMZ or external to internal. It depends on so how the applications we are accessing. So according to that one, so we have to configure all the policies or rules. After completing all the policies and rules, finally we have to move the implicitly deny rule to down. Nothing but bottom, completely bottom we have to move. Okay, so that is about all overall policies and objects. Next tab is VPN. So as I said, so we can use two different types of VPNs. Directly dedicated to firewall as a VPN we can use. Otherwise, we can directly purchase dedicated VPN server also. I'm repeating, firewall itself, it will act as a VPN. For that one, we have to purchase additional licensing option. In case if you don't want to use firewall as a VPN, in that scenario, what we have to do, we have to purchase dedicated VPN server that is from third party. Okay, so third party tools, you know already what are the different types of tools we have. Example, Pulse Secure from Juniper, that is a dedicated VPN server. AnyConnect from Cisco, that is also dedicated server. Third one is Citrix, that is also dedicated VPN server. Then we have Zscaler, Gscaler, that is also one of the VPN server. In the cloud also we have Amazon as well as Azure. So these are all couple of the popular VPN servers or dedicated tools are available. In case if you don't want to use VPN server as a third party tool, then firewall also will support the VPN connectivity. For this one, what we have to do? First of all, we have to purchase the licensing option. In case firewall will act as a VPN, or if you want to use firewall as a VPN connectivity purpose, in that scenario, we have to purchase the licensing. First of all, how many number of endpoints are there? So when you say endpoints, only employees. Okay. So for servers, VPN is not required. Only for employees, we need purchase licensing. Example, 500 employees are there in the organization level. So in that scenario, for those 500 employees or end users, we have to purchase the licensing. Once we are purchasing the licensing, we have to enable that licensing as well. Okay. So let's go and discuss about what to do in the firewall level VPN configuration. Firewall level, in case firewall will act as a VPN, if you don't want to use third party vendor or tool, what exactly we have to configure? So first one is overlay controlled VPN. Okay, when you say overlay controlled VPN, so this is one of the cloud based. Okay, OC VPN. So overlay cloud based VPN service. FortiGate support is registered. OC VPN is not registered, disabled. Okay, it's not enabled, it's a disabled. Nothing but they are not using for this particular device VPN connectivity purpose. Okay, so OC VPN meaning here. So overlay cloud-based VPN service. So we have to enable this one. In case firewall will be act as a VPN connectivity. Okay. So just here only enable, that's all. That is the option we have to do. So instead of disable, we have to enable. Next one is IPsec tunnels. Before going to IPsec tunnels, I told you there are two different types of VPNs. One is remote VPN or IPsec VPN. Second one is site-to-site VPN. Okay. So remote VPN, second one is site-to-site VPN. A remote VPN perfect example is work from home option. Okay. So on that remote VPN or home, work from home option related VPN, how this particular process will work? So there are three different types of components we have. One is porty client. Okay. Second one is porty portal. Third one is porty gateway. So in the generic way, what did I say? So VPN client, VPN portal, VPN gateway. Instead of VPN, just you can put porty. Porty client, porty portal, porty gateway. Whenever the end user is connecting by providing the credentials, nothing but username and password, then it will connect it to the VPN portal or the portigate. It will see list of portigateway routers all over the worldwide. So based on the country wise. So maybe example nearer to India location is Mumbai. Okay. In Mumbai, they have their own portigateway routers are available and also data center is available. So nearest gateway router, it will select as a Mumbai location. From there, it will connect it to our office. So this is the way how it will work. So that is remote VPN or work from option VPN. Coming back, second one is site to site VPN. If you want to configure the site to site VPN, so there are two different types of phases we have. One is IKE phase 1 and IKE phase 2. So before class has been started, I was drawing this diagram. Example, this is Hyderabad. This is one of the site. This example site 1. So this is Bangalore site. This is site 2. In case if our office there in the Hyderabad location and Bangalore location, in that scenario, in the perimeter level of the Hyderabad, how many firewalls we will maintain? Perimeter level of the Hyderabad,
Two.
how many?
Two
Yes.
firewall.
Yeah. In the Bangalore also we will maintain the 2 firewalls. So in between Hyderabad to now Bangalore, if you want to configure the IPsec tunnel, when you say tunnel, it's like a pipe. In that pipe only, the data will be transferred. So example, this is firewall 1 active. This is firewall 1 also active. Otherwise primary, also primary. Otherwise master or master. Okay. So this is the firewall 1 of the Hyderabad location. This is the firewall 1 for Bangalore location. So example of firewall 1 is 10.10.10.1. So firewall 1 of the Bangalore is 10.10.10.2. Now this is the tunnel. Here employees are located. Here also employees are located. When Hyderabad, the employees, they are trying to connect it to the Bangalore site. So first they have to connect to Hyderabad site. From there, they have to connect to Bangalore. So if you want to configure the tunnel, always we have to provide the peer IP address. So what is the peer IP address of Hyderabad location? Anyone? Peer IP address of the Hyderabad location. Peer IP address of the Hyderabad location.
10.10.2.
Yes, that's
Bangalore.
right. Yes, we have to provide the neighbor IP address. Okay. So if you are configuring the IPsec tunnel, okay, in that scenario, so peer IP address meaning a neighbor. When you say neighbor, opposite. So peer IP address we have to define as a 10.10.10.2. In the similar way, so if you are configuring the IP address of the peer, we have to specify the 10.10.10.1. For Hyderabad, we have to define the 10.10.2. Okay. So for Bangalore, we have to define the 10.10.1. Opposite way, we have to connect. Connection we have to provide when you're configuring the tunnel. So every tunnel will provide the encryption mechanism because it will exchange the keys, security negotiations. Once the user is connected to site VPN, hello messages will exchanges. So first it will go to hello messages. Firewall 1 also will respond back hello. Okay. Shall we transfer the data? Yes. So now which type of ciphers we are using? I'm using RSA, Diffie-Hellman. Okay, so elliptical curve cryptography or DES or AES. So I'm also using same thing. So I'm using strong ciphers. I'm also in such a way, in between these two, exchange will happen, negotiations will happen related to security. Keys also will exchanged. Symmetric cryptography technology it will use. Asymmetric cryptography technology it will use. We discussed already mutual TLS authentication mechanism. So
Yes,
those
sir.
keys will be exchanged, and finally encryption it will provide, integrity it will provide, authentication it will provide, authorization it will provide. So in such a way tunnel will form. So this is the theoretical part now. This is the theoretical part how to configure the tunnel. Now coming back here. So example, they configure these are the couple of VPNs. Out of this one, inactive is a 3, nothing but they are not using at all. Only one is up and it is running, that is this one, VPN STB. So site to site VPN. Okay. This is related to work, remote or maybe work from option related. Hub to spoke. Hub and spoke meaning here, it's related to remote VPN. So site to site VPN is this one. So example, you can go and you can see remote VPN, what exactly we have to configure. So here we have to specify the interface. Example, WAN, obviously VPN will work through internet. Internet is a mandatory. So that's why it is a part of network layer as per OSI. That's about layer number 3. Okay. Router also mandatory. Just click on this one. So what are the information we have to provide for the remote tunnel configuration? So name of the respective tunnel. Example, they provide hub and spoke and comments. Okay. So whatever we like. So just we have to provide the comments. Example, we can say remote VPN, network, outgoing interface. So outgoing interface meaning here, whatever interface it is going as a WAN or internet facing interface. So network related interface, they select as port 36. So one of the interfaces in the network we have already seen port 36. Authentication, IP shared key. That is what I'm saying. So what is the mechanism they are using? Pre-shared key. So when I'm opening here, so that is the key. So this key will exchange. Okay, this key will exchange in between end user and also to the respective so site. Example, you are sitting in your home, your office there in the Bangalore or Hyderabad. You are connected to the Porty client VPN. So you provided username and password. So now in between your laptop and also the back. Now we are discussing only remote VPN, not site to site. We are discussing only remote VPN. Okay. Once you are providing the username and password, in between your laptop and also to the respective backend firewall, firewall will share pre-shared key. So that's the key here. Who will share this one? See this one, it will be shared in between. Okay, firewall and also to the user. So next one is phase 2 sectors. Here we have to provide the local address and remote address. That is what I'm saying. Local address, whatever firewall 1 address, remote address is firewall 2 address. Okay. So after providing this information, so tunnel IP. So for every tunnel, one IP address we have to enable. So example here we can provide, this is the firewall 1, this firewall IP address. So tunnel IP address is example 10.10.10.3. This is on the left hand side. In the similar way, 10.10.10.4. This is on the right hand side. Nothing but Bangalore. So this is the tunnel IP address. So that is what it is referring. So tunnel IP and AS is advertisement distance. AS is advertisement distance. So in between the locations from client to the respective firewall. So they are using AS is a by default value. This one, it is one of the routing protocol basically. It is one of the routing protocol. Okay, that is the information we have to provide. So now what will happen once the user is connected? So unfortunately, I don't have Porty client. Let me go and see. No, we are not using Porty client. We are in Zscaler. Okay. So that to what we are doing by default in the image itself, we implemented VPN image. Okay. Now, once user is provided username and password for the VPN, most of the cases, whatever your Windows username and password is there, same thing will be there for your VPN as well. Okay. Whatever your Windows username and password you are logging, same thing is applicable. Same username and password also will be there for respective VPN also. So how this one will look like? OT client VPN. So this is the VPN, guys. This is what I'm referring. So here we have to define the Yeah, VPN configuration. Okay, at the time of whatever VPN file is there, we have to implement everything. Just next, and finally save. Okay, finish. So this is the one I am referring now. So we have to provide the username and password and also token and click on OK. Okay, this is port token. So couple of people they will use port token, couple of people they will not use. Port token can be used at the time of authentication. Okay. Okay. So here this is the one normally end user machine. So this port client means end user machine, employee laptop. So once we are purchasing the licensing, we have to download the file related to port client. That port client we have to deploy, or we have to implement, or we have to configure in the each and every employee laptop. After deploying, it will ask these information. Okay. So we have to enter all those information. Corporate office, nothing but our location, wherever our office is located. That is corporation location. Connected to computer corporate, just description. So remote gateway means here port firewall related firewall, and so obviously it is using SSL or TLS connectivity and mutual TLS authentication number. So 443. So this is what we have to do the configuration at the time of implementation. On the client side, whatever we are doing, this is entire information related to the laptop side. Okay, laptop side information, this one. And after implementing this client, so just it will ask username and password. Whatever your Windows username and password is there, we have to enter that one and just click on OK. Now that particular connectivity, what it will go from this laptop, it will go to VPN portal. VPN portal will provide the list of the gateways information, and finally it will choose the nearest router. Then finally it will connect to the office. So in between now, our laptop to the respective office location, encrypted channel will form using tunnel. Nobody will hack this particular tunnel. So that's what it is showing is a lock symbol. Lock symbol is nothing but it's encrypted mechanism. It will provide authenticity, it will provide authorization, it will provide encryption, it will provide non-repudiation. Okay. So this is what I'm discussing about here. Okay. How to configure that particular firewall side, what exactly we have to do. Firewall side, what exactly we have to do. So this is what we have to configure. After configuring IPsec tunnel, now we can go and we can see site to site VPN related. So this is remote VPN, this is site to site VPN. So click on site to site VPN. So now we have to provide whatever site, example Hyderabad to Bangalore. And next one is comments we have to provide. A remote gateway static IP address outgoing interface. A remote gateway meaning here in this scenario. So 10.10.10.4. So this is what we have to provide. Remote gateway means not this one. This is tunnel remote gateway. So firewall one 10.10.10.2 we have to provide. Okay. So this is the IP address we have to provide. And outgoing interface, whatever interface we configured. So that in WAN interface basically. WAN interface we have to provide. And authentication mechanism. Here phase 2. This is the phase 1, then this phase 2. Local address. Local address we have to provide now 10.10.10.3, and the remote address is 10.10.10.4. Because already we are logged into firewall, we are doing all this configuration. Peer IP address is 10.10.10.2. So tunnel side, one side IP address is 10.10.3, another side is 10.10.4. Now in between these two, firewall 1 and also firewall 2, one tunnel will form. And also we are sharing key here. So in the pre-shared key. So this key will be generated automatically backend. Okay. So firewall will provide every key. Backend mechanism, this one, we front end we can't see. So even whenever you are accessing any website, example, YouTube or Google or any Twitter or any other websites, so backend mechanism, public key and private keys will be exchanged. So already we are downloaded here. Okay, Porty client VPN, and we are installing for site to site VPN also we have to log into. Sorry guys. For site to site VPN also, we have to log into this particular VPN From there, we have to connect it to another site. Okay. So now in between these two devices, so Hyderabad and Bangalore, negotiations and also IKE phase 1, it will exchange 6 messages. IKE phase 2, how many messages it will exchange? IKE phase 1, 3 messages. IKE phase 2, 6 messages. Okay. Nothing but in between these two, firewall 1 and firewall 2, there are two phases are there. IKE phase 1, internet key exchange phase 1, IKE phase 2, internet key exchange phase 2. In between these two now, so phase 1, 3 messages. Firewall 1 and firewall 1, 3 messages. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? In such a way, 3 messages. Phase 2, it will exchange 6 messages. What is your cipher? What is my cipher? So can we negotiate? Can we negotiate? Can we encrypt? Can we encrypt? In such a way, 6 messages it will negotiate. Negotiate is nothing but speaking. Okay, two firewalls it will speak. Okay, this is applicable to even dedicated VPN tool you are using. Example, you are using Pulse Secure. So Pulse Secure also, one end of the location, Hyderabad location, we have to deploy one Pulse Secure, and also Bangalore side, we have to deploy one Pulse Secure. Here VPN server, here VPN server. In between these two, now we have to configure. So Hyderabad Pulse Secure, Bangalore Pulse Secure VPN server. Now in between these two Pulse Secure, we have to configure. Same thing, instead of firewall, here Juniper Pulse Secure. Pulse Secure from Juniper. It is one of the very, very popular tool. Right now, number one in the market, Pulse Secure. Okay, so that is about so tunnel configuration for site-to-site VPN.
Sir,
Next one, yes, please.
when you are connecting remotely, that is like IPsec, the gateway will choose the nearest hub, right?
Right, nearest hub.
Means if I am working in a branch of Mumbai, I am sitting in Hyderabad, I'll connect near to Hyderabad first. Then from Hyderabad to Mumbai, it will be site to site.
No. Site to site is different. Example, maybe your headquarters is there in the California. Yeah, first it will connect it to your headquarters where it is located in the India location. From there, it will connect it to where our main headquarters is available. First, it will connect Okay, no confusion. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, actually, I am working with California branch, sir. My main, I have to report there. I am sitting in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Now, how will my remote connection work? Can you explain?
First, it will connect to Hyderabad location. From Hyderabad, it will connect to California. So here one Hyderabad location remote VPN first, without connecting to our remote location wherever we located, how it will connect it to California location? It is not possible. First, it will connect it to remote. Example, you are sitting in Hyderabad. It will connect it to Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, it will connect it to California.
My question is from Hyderabad to California, will it be remote or site to site, sir?
Site to site, site to site.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So whatever you connected to Hyderabad, that is remote VPN. Whatever you connected to California is site to site. Got it, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. So this is the configuration we have to do. Okay. Next one is IPsec concentrator. So concentrator here, name of the concentrator and also how many members, nothing but users information we have to configure. So name of the respective, so concentrator and also members, like in tunnel name and also who are all the members. Example, 500 employees are there, all those members information we have to provide here. Next one is IPsec tunnel template. So there are different types of tunnel. By default, it will provide. Otherwise, we can use a customized one also. So just now we discussed about site-to-site FortiGate. So this is one of the template. Okay, template meaning here already default templates they will provide. In case if you don't want to use a default template, so then we can use a customized template. It's a customized template based on our requirement. Okay. So I want to clarify one more thing here. See, don't think like only two firewalls. It is similar type of firewall only. It can be established VPN. So example here, FortiGate is there. Here Palo Alto is there. This is also will work out. Two different other vendors also there. It will work. That compatibility also every vendor they are supporting now. every vendor, okay, what they are supporting in two different locations, two different types of vendors are there. That is also compatibility is available. When you say compatibility, so it will negotiate. So here Cisco is available in the Hyderabad. Here Juniper, and Juniper is another firewall. So these combinations also will work out. So multiple vendors also site to site VPN will work out. It's not like only similar type of vendors should be available. Example, when we were discussing about, okay, I have one question now. So on the VPN connectivity device, two different vendors are available in the two different locations or two different sites. Compatibility is available and it will work out. For high availability, for two different vendors, whether it will work or not. For high availability.
No, sir,
No,
it will not work.
Yes, that's correct. For high availability, it will not work out. For high availability, compulsory similar type of model number, similar type of vendors. Okay, only unique vendor and also along with the same model number, same firmware version also. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it will not work. Compatibility issues basically, it will not work means. So these are all the templates. So this is the portal I was referring. So name of the respective portal, example, I can say Hyderabad, and tunnel mode, example, IPsec tunnel. Where is the web mode only we have to choose. So what is the vendor now he will do wherever our headquarters are available. So example, Portinet itself, you can take. Maybe all over the worldwide, everywhere they will put gateway. Gateway, this already discussed the theoretical part. Portinet vendor or Palo Alto vendor or Juniper vendor. So example, maybe in the Middle East, Dubai location, in the Europe location, Netherlands, in the African country continents or African continent, South Africa, okay, in the Asia Pacific, Singapore and Mumbai, okay, Australia, in the North America, maybe Mexico or Canada or maybe USA. In such a way, multiple locations, they will deploy the gateway routers. Okay, so VPN portal means that one only. So after connecting the VPN client, now it will go to the VPN tunnel. So this is what I am referring. So whatever nearest gateway router is there, it will choose the nearest gateway router. We no need to choose the nearest gateway router. By default vendor, they will located geographical locations all over the worldwide. So Fortinet vendor, they have all over the worldwide data centers are available. So example, as I said, in the India location, Mumbai is, so they have headquarters is available. In the similar way, Singapore also they have. So Middle East to Dubai. So in the Europe continent, Netherlands. In such a way, multiple data centers, they will locate it. So they will maintain the routers, gateway routers. Okay. So this portal configuration. Next one, SSL VPN. So SSL VPN and also IPsec VPN, both are same. This is also called as, okay, so remote VPN. So just we have to enable the settings and 443. Okay, so this 443, basically this server side certificate, this client side certificate. So this is what we are referring. So this client side we are enabling, this server side we are configuring. This server side. Okay. So this server side SSL TLS certificate we are configuring. After configuring this particular SSL VPN, so this server side, this is the client side. Whatever server side certificate we are providing, client side also we have to choose same thing. Then only connection will be established. Okay, coming back now. So as enable SSL VPN port number 443 and whatever certificate or purchased one or self-signed, whatever we used. So if it's self-signed, then we can use self-signed. So create certificate means self-signed. You are already purchased means third party. Okay, I'm repeating. Create certificate on this tool itself, that is called self-signed. But you're purchasing from third party. So then example, VeriSign or Komodo or GoDaddy or Symantec or RHL IDM, Global Trust, GTS. Okay, so these are all third parties. So there are certificate authorities. They will verify the signature. So you can use either purchased one or self-signed also fine. Okay. So we are creating certificate that is self-signed. You're purchasing and you are deploying on top of this particular Fortinet firewall, that is called purchased CA certificate. Restricted access, allow access from any host. So any any client or end user machine, we have to allow the access. Obviously, inactive for nothing but whenever this client is more than 300 seconds, nothing but how many minutes? 5 minutes. So whenever this user is not logged in, it's idle for 5 minutes, automatically it has to logged out. Once again, he has to log into the VPN connectivity. Okay. So, so idle time they given, so 300 minutes. Address range, take any range of the automatic, specify the custom range if you can select the custom range. Otherwise, automatically assign the IP address using DHCP. So DNS server. So DNS server, whatever we already integrated part of network, it will take from the DNS server. So language, so take whatever language we used, example English, Spanish, French, and so on. Authentication profile portal mapping is this one. Whatever portal we configured, VPN portal. So VPN portal name we have to provide. Just save. So this is server side we configured now. So server side meaning here, who is the server now? Every time I'm saying server. What is the server in this scenario? Firewall is a server. Okay. Where we are doing all this configuration in the server. So nothing but firewall will act as server. And client we have to provide the here now. So corporate office, a remote gateway meaning whatever in the firewall domain name we given, that one we have to give. Okay. So that server certificate we have to give here. So portigate.portdemo.com we have to give here. Now, in between client and also server, it will exchange the keys now. So MTLS mechanism or SSL-TLS authentication mechanism we discussed, that mechanism will apply here. So first it will initiate the connection after entering the username and password. Then public key it will shared by the Fortinet firewall. So session key also it will use for the data transfer, and asymmetric key will be used for key exchange. So all those backend process it will happen. 6 steps we discussed, correct? All the 6 steps it will form. Okay. So that is about server side. What exactly certificate we have to configure in the firewall level. So SSL VPN realms. So here there is no need to configure anything. Already we are configuring SSL VPN settings. So here basically what is the path meaning here? Portigate.portdemo.com, that path virtual host. When you say virtual host, whoever configured client side, those host information we have to give here, and maximum concurrent users. Maximum concurrent users meaning here, whatever end users they are connecting concurrently. So that information we have to provide. Example 50 users. We have to give the count as a 50 now. Here host information, host meaning here all the clients information. So username, we are already integrated the Active Directory. So from Active Directory, it will pull all those information. Maximum concurrent users meaning here, example, you and me and some more person, one more person, they are trying to connect VPN simultaneously or parallelly. So that is called concurrent sessions. So this is one of the design also. So for designing the laptop or choosing the suitable model, what exactly we have to consider? So maximum number of application sessions, maximum number of concurrent application sessions, maximum number of VPN sessions, maximum number of concurrent VPN sessions. So this maximum number concurrent number of user sessions. Okay. So whatever our organization level. So how many employees are there? How many times we have example 500 employees are there. 500 employees they want to connect to VPN at a time. So maximum concurrent sessions how many? 500. Okay. So that information we have to configure here. Next one, SSL VPN client. SSL VPN client meaning here. So whatever client configuration we are configuring, that configuration even we have to do in the firewall level also. Tunnel we configured already. The tunnel name, interface, example, internet interface or WAN interface, server, firewall related server, whatever we configured. It's a part of SSL VPN settings, and port number 443. So this information we have to configure here, and comments. So VPN location map. So geographical location wise, whoever is connected VPN. Okay. So right now it is not showing. it will show all the 7 continents here, 7 continents information. And so where are the countries our company is located, and who is it trying to access? Geographical location map it will provide. So example, our office is located in multiple countries, example 20 countries. In the 20 countries, who is it trying to, who we already connected, who is already connected. So that location wise information it will provide. That's 7 continents information. Okay. So that is about overall VPN part. So as I said, most of the people, they will not use firewall as a VPN. They will use third party vendor, third party vendor. Okay. But if you don't have the budget, obviously, yes, firewall itself will act as a VPN. Okay. So for the client, we have to deploy in the client side, nothing but end user side, and server side configuration we have to do here. For site to site also, we have to configure here. So that is our overall VPN. So for VPN side, in the cyber security, SOC operation using SAM tool, one of the dedicated use case is there, that is called VPN authentication failures are coming from multiple countries or multiple locations within short span of time. I'm repeating once again, one of the popular use case or instant investigation for cybersecurity SOC operations using SIM tool. What is that use case name, or what is that instant investigation name? Okay. So multiple authentication login failure attempts, nothing but so many login failures are coming related to VPN from different locations, different locations. So different geographical location within short span of time. Okay. So maybe within 1 hour time, your VPN connections are failure coming from India, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and so on. Multiple locations, multiple countries. How is it possible? Maybe you are located in Hyderabad, but your VPN authentication failures are coming from okay, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, different countries. So whenever these type of alerts are received, we have to go and we have to verify whether attacker is trying to do or whether internal activity itself. This is one of the popular use case. This is not only this use case, multiple authentication login failures are coming from single sign-on application related to Okta within short span of time. Okay. So this is one of the popular use case. So this is also called traversal attack. Traversal. When you say traversal, multiple locations, multiple geographical locations. You are sitting in Hyderabad, but your VPN authentication failures are coming from California. VPN authentication failures are coming from Amsterdam, Netherlands. Your VPN authentication failures are coming from Singapore. Our authentication failures are coming from Dubai. So in such a way, multiple locations, okay, authentication failures are coming. So that one we have to treat as illegitimate activity. So that's why this is one of the popular use case related to VPN. Okay. So next one is I will explain that a couple of use case from the based on the device wise also. When you say based on the device, based on the log source wise. In the couple of interviews, they will ask, so what are the popular use cases in the SIM tool for firewall side? What are the popular use cases in the EDR tool wise? What are the popular use cases for the VPN wise? What are the popular use cases for the load balancer wise? So in such a way, they'll ask couple of interview questions also. I'm not sure how many people has gone through this particular one. I already uploaded that sheet also. SIM use case based on the log source. This is what I mean, whatever I am referring just now. SIM use cases based on log source. So example, firewall, one of the log source. Load balancer is one of the log source. EDR tool is one of the log source. WAF is one of the log source. At least for whatever security tools are there, IDS, IPS, firewall, EDR, okay, DLP. Next one is web application firewall. So around these 5 to 6 tools, you have to remember at least 2 to 3 use cases. Okay, please go and refer this one. So SIM use cases based on the log sources. Okay, yeah. So example, just now I discussed whatever use case related to VPN. In the similar firewall denied activity. So example, one of the firewall use cases like malicious malware content is receiving from one of the end user. That is one of the use case. One of the server is got compromised. That is also one of the use case. Large number of the malicious requests are coming as a DOS attack. That is also one of the use case in the firewall level. Okay. Firewall denied activity. That is also one of the use case. Firewall allowed activity. That is also one of the use case. Okay. These are the use cases we have to configure in the SIM tool. All these are based on the log source wise. In the EDR tool, what are the log use case we can define? Okay. An example, so for CDR. One of the server is got compromised ransomware. One of the end user system is got compromised by worm. One of the end user system is got compromised by rootkit. So these are all the use cases related to EDR tool. Okay. Now user and authentication. So this one, whoever has the access to the respective firewall, whoever has the access to the firewall level. Who has the access to the firewall, guys? Who has the access to the firewall? Who has the access to firewall?
Security and network.
Perfect. Security and network team, guys. So security team. So example, cyber security team. Okay. Our network security team. Couple of places, even CISO. CISO also they will monitor couple of time dashboards, what's going on. Okay, directors, managers, whoever is a part of security, those people has the access to. Okay, so this particular firewall level. User definition. So name of the user, type of the user, two-factor authentication is required or not. So two-factor authentication is required. S means, so in the Fortinet side, which one it is using? Anyone? Which one additional licensing we have to purchase? Two-factor authentication, we are entering the username and password. So if you want to use additional authentication as a OTP, we have to purchase Forti token. Forti
Ticket.
token.
Okay.
Yeah. Forti token we have to purchase. Group meaning here, so L1 team is one group, L2 team is one group, L3 team is one group. Status. So status of the user, whether active or inactive and so on. Okay. So this is the related to users information. Name, type, two-factor authentication, yes or no, group, so which team he belongs to, status. So is a active or inactive status related? That user, maybe he is out of the firewall team now. He's out of the security, or maybe he terminated from the company, or he resigned from the company. So status is inactive. So user groups, grouping of the similar type of users. Grouping of the similar type. L1 team is one group, L2 team is one group, L3 team is one group. So here user definition, users, okay. Suresh, Mahesh, Ramesh, and so on. All those are user names. Here user groups means grouping of the similar type of user. This already discussed part of SOFO CDR, same concept here also. Okay. So user groups meaning here L1, L2, L3, and also then all the managers is one group, all the implementation team is one group, all the directors are one group, CISO is one group. That is grouping. Okay. Guest management, in case any persons are coming as a guest people, we have to configure here. Okay. So example, different type of stakeholders will come. Fortinet company people has itself they came. We are a part of TCS. Okay, couple of times for business purpose, couple of other vendor people they will come regularly. Sales and pre-sales teams they will come. They will ask, okay, I need internet for 1 hour, or I need to interfere for one day. I need for maybe 1 week, because they are coming for business purpose. Obviously, we have to provide the guest access to them. One of the policy, even at the time of policy and objects, one of the policy we have to configure as a Wi-Fi guest also. Every organization, what they will do, one dedicated policy they will create in the policies and objects tab, also rules tab. So that's called Wi-Fi guest access. When you say guest, so other people they are coming for business purpose to our organization level. That's called guest. So how many days they will stay in our organization level, or how many days they will come to our organization level, whether they need only for 1 hour, or whether they need for one day, whether they will come and stay for 1 week. So according to that one, we have to provide the guest management and guest access. It's 1 hour only. We have to define the 1 hour. If it is one day, 1 day. If it is 1 week, 1 week. Okay. That guest management where we have to do here. So user ID and expires. You can see expire. Are able to see expires here. So expired. Okay. Minutes wise and comments. Okay. So that one we have to define. After configuring this user here, we have to create policy also. Always for guest people will give static IP. Will not give the DHCP server IP. One dedicated disk we will give to guest user. Okay. And we can provide the static IP that to only one port only will enable. Otherwise, he will access everything, our office related confidential data. Okay. So dedicated one static IP we can assign to the guest users always. Otherwise, we have to configure that person in the Active Directory. Okay, so why we have to create other guest users in the Active Directory is not part of our company. Okay. Even couple of places, contractors also 6 months. Contractors, right? So 6 months they will recruit as a contracting employee or 3 months. So that is also same thing. Here only we have to give the so expires here 90 days. LDAP server. So LDAP server port number. LDAP
369.
369.
389, sir.
It is
380.
showing 389. Yeah.
380.
LDAPs
686.
30.
686.
636, sir. 636.
636.
36.
Yes, right. Yeah, that's correct. So always, so we have to integrate with the Active Directory for user mapping. No need to map. Already Active Directory, Windows admin team or sysadmin team or Active Directory team, they will map our computer name along with IP address whenever it is taking DHCP as well. So now this is called Active Directory integration, guys. Whatever right now I'm sharing, this is called Active Directory integration. So as I said, every tool from the security point of view, so we have to integrate with. So one is Active Directory. Second one is which server? Second server to get the notification or alerts. Which server?
DNS. Sorry, SMTP.
SMTP. To do the DNS resolution. Which server? DNS
DNS,
resolution.
sir.
DNS server. So in case proxy, we are using proxy server also. In the network level, already we have seen integrating with the DNS server, integrating with proxy server, and also so SMTP server. SMTP server so far we did not see. In the log and report tab, we can see. Okay. In the similar way, now user and authentication, we are able to see integrating with Active Directory. LDAP is also called as Active Directory. So just click on this one. If you want to get the Active Directory integration, whom we have to contact? Whom we have to contact? If you want to do Active Directory integration to firewall or any
Windows
other tool,
admin.
Windows admin, right? In Sophos EDR tool, I have shown Azure Active Directory integration. There it is asking, okay, IP address of the Azure Active Directory, port client of the username, and also password secret. Same is applicable here also. This is common. These are all generic. Every tool it is common. So server IP name. What is the server IP name here? Which server is this one? Which server is this one? Whatever it is showing. What is server IP? This one.
Firewall.
Private, sir.
Private.
This firewall IP.
No.
Private.
This is Active Directory IP, guys. We are integrating the Active Directory now. Why we will apply firewall? Firewall is already here. Firewall management IP is there already here. Why firewall will log in and 1 second will give the firewall IP address? We will give the Active Directory IP address. This is Active Directory IP address. Port number, communication port number 389. Okay. So common name identifier. This is also we can get it from the SAM account name, SAML. So this is also we can get it from the Windows team only. And even this distinguished name also we can get it from the Active Directory team only. DC means domain controller. Domain controller, corporate, portdemo and com. portdemo.com. Okay. So this is the Active Directory name of the whatever they configured in the Active Directory for this particular firewall mapping. So this is the Active Directory IP address, port number 389. Okay, so this is this is the firewall name distinguished in the Active Directory. Now save, give test connectivity. So test connectivity, it is connected meaning here. So in between firewall and also Active Directory, test is connected successfully. Green symbol it will appear. Okay. So example, it is not enabled for me because we are a demo tool, guys, right? It's a read-only access. So we can enable and test connectivity. So test connectivity is successful, and also it is showing as a green colors right tick symbol, right tick symbol. Then in between firewall and also Active Directory successfully it is integrated. Okay, that is meant by this one. So most of the case we have to use LDAPs instead of LDAP. Why? Instead of LDAP, it's a better to use LDAPs. Why?
LDAP
Security.
will provide more security.
Yeah, security. LDAPs is security. Okay, radius server. Okay, so before going to radius server, so I will provide network level authentication mechanisms. So network side, what are the different authentication mechanisms we will use or servers we will use? Radius is one thing. Taxas, TACACS, I think. Always I'll forget this one. Give me 1 second. TACACS. Yeah, Taxas. Terminal access control system. This from Cisco. Both are from Cisco only. So radius also. Remote access dial-in user access, I think. Radius. So this one will be provided by remote access dial-in user service. So this one is configured by network admin, guys. So radius is one of the integration method we can use. Taxos is one of the integration method we can use for the network side integrations. So who will configure this one? Network admin, guys, network engineers. So they will configure in the switch and router level. Network admin or network engineers. Now we have to ask them. So what is the radius server you configured? So they will give the IP address and also respect to protocol names. Then we have to integrate in the firewall level. This is not our duty. So whose duty? Radius server configuration, taxes server configuration, network admin or network engineers. Network engineers separate team. So this is on the network level. Windows level, Windows authentication mechanisms. What are Windows authentication mechanism? Windows authentication mechanisms. Whatever username and password daily you are entering, what mechanisms it will use? Kerberos is one thing, using ticket granting system mutual authentication mechanism. What else? Second one, SAML. What is SAML full form? So security assertions markup language. It's a mutual authentication. Security assertions markup language. Who will configure all these? Who will configure all these?
Network admin.
Network admin. Windows authentication. Who will configure all these?
Windows admin.
Windows admin.
Windows admin. Yes, right. Windows admin. Okay, Windows admin. We have one more is there. NTLM. Network technology. I think L means LAN, LAN manager. So these are the three different types of mechanisms on the Windows side. So this one will be configured Windows admin, guys. This is also called admin. Okay, this is not our role. Okay, our role is, so whenever any brute force attacks are coming or password spray. Okay, so in case any Kerberos based authentication, attacks are coming, we are responsible. Attacks wise, we are responsible. So configuring of all these servers, so respective teams are responsible. On the application side, we have all the mechanisms. SAML once again. Okay, OpenID Connect. OAuth. So these are OAuth authentication. So these are the three mechanisms. So SAML is one thing, OpenID Connect. This on the application side. Who will develop this one? Who will develop this one?
Application developers.
Application developers, right? Our role is anything is either SQL injection attack, cross-site scripting attack, or broken authentication, broken access control are coming. Our role is to verify those investigations. So all these implementations will be done by respective teams. Okay, this is what authentication mechanisms, guys. This is on the network side. Okay, example, load balancer, router, switches, firewall, NADS, NAPS, proxy. They will use network authentication mechanism, these two. One more is there, I forgot. On the Windows side, they will use this one. On the application side, they will use this one. So these are all the backend authentication mechanism. We will not configure. This one will be configured respect to team members, respect to other teams, stakeholders. Now coming back. So Radius server. So they integrate with Radius server also. Why? Because whenever user is connected, so they have to access the Radius server as well through remotely. Okay. So this is the Radius server IP address, name of the Radius server. So default example, IP address and secret. So secret is nothing but password. Who will provide this one? So IP address also will provide by network admin guys or network engineering guys. Password also will be provided by that people only. This is the primary server of the Radius. This is the secondary server of the Radius. Okay. This is 32, this is 31. Only difference is that one, 232, 231. So now finally test connectivity. Automatically, whatever Radius server it is configured, it will authenticate it to the firewall. It will integrate with the firewall. Now, whenever user is connected to the firewall, it will use Radius server authentication. Network level Radius server. Okay. Single sign-on. So taxes is not supporting, but Penalty is supporting taxes also. Penalty is supporting taxes. TSCSA, terminal access something, full form is there, right? That is one of the server. Okay. Single sign-on. So single sign, example, Okta. So or maybe 40 token, or maybe third party Microsoft Azure identity, or maybe one more. What is that? CyberArk. So these are all the third party vendors. All these are called SSO. Microsoft Defender identity also there. Microsoft identity, Ping identity. All these are third party vendors. Now, here name of the respective example Okta, certificate of the Okta. So identity of the Okta. So IDP, identity certificate of the Okta, entity ID of the Okta. So we have to provide all those. In case if you want to use single sign and using Okta, then we have to provide Okta related information. Now whom we have to contact? We have to contact Okta team. Okta is separate team. So whoever is there managing the SSO related to identity and access management. Okta is a part of IAM team. IAM is a separate team. Identity and access management. They will take care of the identity verification. Who is trying to what? Who are you? Who am I? That particular things dedicated team, they will take care. So that is a part of security only. IAM team is different team. Okay, IAM development is different. IAM security team is different. So they will verify continuously traceability. When you say traceability, what's going on? Authentications wise, authorizations wise. Okay, so who is it? Even zero trust network access will fall under IAM only. ZTNA. ZTNA also, it's a part of IAM is a subset of ZTNA, zero trust network access. All the application identity verification, all the end users verifications, all the servers verifications, all the database verification, it's a part of ZTNA. Okay. Nothing but identity and access management. So in case third party related single sign-on, you are using either Okta or maybe Microsoft identity or Ping identity or any other third party identity, we have to provide those information and just give test connectivity. So now whenever user is trying to use, so it will go to the firewall and it will test that connectivity also to monitor what's going on. Okay. Authentication settings. So here captive portal. Captive portal meaning here, sometimes whenever you are trying to access, example, social networking websites are blocked. Social network websites are blocked. In that scenario, one of the end user is trying to access facebook.com. What is the message he will see? What the message he will see? I'm repeating once again. So social networking websites are blocked in the organization level. In our organization only, under, okay, so app control, security profile is there, right? So app control or web control, web filter, social network.
Bitdefender is blocking this site.
Yes, that's correct. So whatever you are trying to access as a user, it is blocked. Please coordinate with the your system administrator, network administrator, or network security guy. So that captive window will appear, right? That window details here, authentication settings, fully qualified domain name, and authentication timeout for 5 minutes, protocol support HTTP. So whatever captive portal it is appearing, so HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, and Telnet. So it is supporting all those 4 combinations. So certificate also it will use. I think couple of captive portals information we can see. Give me 1 second. Not here. I will show you in some other place. I think under system. Under system it is available. There I will show you practically. Okay, this is settings we have to configure. That's all. Settings we have to configure. Porty token. So in case if you want to use as additional OTP, Porty token we have to deploy in our laptop or maybe in our mobile also. So after entering the username and password in the VPN, so just it will ask, after entering the VPN, it will ask a Porty token. If you want to access any VPN, so after entering the username and password, if you want to use additional security purpose, maybe VPN also nowadays attacker they are trying to do man in the middle type of attacks. Man in the middle types of attacks. Okay. In that scenario, Porty token will act as a additional authentication mechanism. So it's a OTP, it will be generated. So that authentication mechanism we have to enter once providing the username and password. That Porty token either you can deploy in the firewall level or either you can deploy in the, okay, so mobile also. Okay, most of the case mobile they will deploy. So that's why it is showing mobile config, mobile token. So just click on this one. Serial number of the mobile, meaning here whatever mobile that VPN token is generating or configured. Just it's a software file. Just we have to download and we have to install. That's all. Okay. So now after entering the username and password, it will ask your token. That token we have to generate in your mobile. It's like a Google Authenticator and Microsoft Authenticator. Even for whenever you are trying to access your Gmail in a new laptop or new device, it will ask one additional security question. like this number or maybe permission granted or not, right? Same thing. Okay, it's a additional token based token number. Even attacker know about the username and password related to end user VPN. He doesn't have the token. He can't compromise VPN connectivity. So that is about overall users and authentications. These are all whoever had the access to end user, all those configurations we have to do. This is not related to okay attacks configurations. This is related to okay how the end user is authenticating to the firewall tool. That's all. How the end user is authenticating to the firewall tool. Okay, this is not related to attacks or not related to policies and so on. End user connectivity to the firewall, user and authentication. Next one, Wi-Fi and switch controllers. Wi-Fi and switch controllers, as I said, even Fortinet vendor and Cisco firewall also supporting. So Wi-Fi monitoring also. Wi-Fi monitoring also. Okay. If you want, you can use Fortinet firewall as a Wi-Fi. Otherwise, for monitoring and configuring and implementation designing. Otherwise, you can use a third-party vendors like Cisco or Aruba or Avaya, Huawei, IBM, HP, Juniper. These are the couple of famous vendors related to Wi-Fi or wireless. Number one is Aruba and Cisco. Okay. So now what we have to do? So after we have doing the survey in a one building or two buildings, wherever our office is located. So we have to do the survey. How many access points are required for doing the survey? So what exactly we have to do? So we have to use couple of air magnet spectrum or spectrum analyzer, all those different types of tools we have to use. After completing the survey, then we know how many access points are required. Those access points we have to purchase from Fortinet vendor now. Okay, after purchasing, now we have to come in here and we have to configure here. Just you can deploy and you have to monitor everything from Fortinet tool. So status of the access points, whether it's connected or not connected, 2.5 gigahertz and 5.5 gigahertz. These are the two channels. One is 2.5 gigahertz channel, spectrum channel, second 5 gigahertz spectrum channel. So these are the two different types of channels. Every access point will support. Every access point will support these two. Okay. So next one is access point name. X point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay. Status is connected or inactive or active and so on. Example, in our organization level, in our building, maybe we have 4 floors are there. Each and every floor, 25 access points are configured to access the end users to Wi-Fi. Okay. So now what is the status of the access point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Active or inactive? If it is inactive, then why it is inactive status? Okay. SSID name. Example X point 1, 2, 3, 4. Name of the SSID channel, whether it's 2.4 gigahertz channel or 5 gigahertz channel, client who is connected. Okay. Voice version. Whatever client is connected, that version name. LLDP, link layer discovery protocol. It is one of the telecommunication protocol. Link layer discovery protocol. 40 AP profile. If you want to group all those access points, example, all the ground floor is one profile, all the second floor is one profile, all the first floor is one profile, all the access points is fourth floor, one profile, connected via how they connected. So we can see status basically. Okay. So that is about managing of the Wi-Fi. So we can monitor health check of the access points, whether it is inactive or active, or what is the status of the access points of the Wi-Fi we configured. Wi-Fi client. Wi-Fi clients meaning here end users, whoever is connected to the Wi-Fi or access points. All the employees basically. IP address. Okay. Of the end user machine, either mobile. Nowadays, even companies giving access to our personal mobiles also. Okay. So that's why after connecting to from your mobile, you are trying to connect it to your office Wi-Fi. Sorry, from your personal mobile, you are connecting to office applications or office Wi-Fi, don't misuse and don't use prohibited applications. They will monitor everything, whatever you are doing. Firewall give that much capability. Okay. So IP address of the your mobile or laptop. So laptop meaning here employee provided laptop, company provided laptop. MAC address of the respective either mobile or laptop, which access point it is connected, and what is the SSID that end user is connected, and what is the user name, what the device name, what the channel it is connected, what is the transmitted as well receiver. TX means transmitted, RX means receiver, and the signal strength of the noise. Okay, signal strength and associated. So entire information also we can monitor. Who is doing what? End user. Wi-Fi maps. So Wi-Fi maps, it will provide this signal strength. After conducting survey, so is there any red color or green color or orange color or yellow color? So if it is a wherever Wi-Fi map is showing as a red color, that is nothing but signal strength is less there. We have to deploy one more access point. Where a green color, okay, signal is showing or green color map is showing, that means their signal strength is very high. There is not required any additional access points. That everything it will appear in the map. Okay. These are all SSIDs information. As I said, example, if our office contains, okay, so four floors, each and every floor contain 25 access points. In that scenario, for every access point, we have to configure one SSID name. SSID name, nothing but Wi-Fi name. Wi-Fi name. So name of the respective SSID number, traffic mode, security, and so on. Status. Okay. 40 access point profiles. This already we discussed a part of managed 40 APs. So if you want to group the respective access points or SSIDs, nothing but our SSID means single set identifier or service set identifier. Okay. So grouping of the profiles. WIDS. What is WIDS, guys? What is WIDS? WIDS.
Wireless.
Wireless IDS, wireless intrusion detection system. There are three different types of IDS IPS we have. One is HIDS HIPS. Second one network IDS network IPS. Third one is wireless IDS wireless IPS. So these are all the three different types of IDS IPS we have. Okay. So now why we are configuring this WIDS profile or why Portinet vendor is supporting this one? Is there any abnormal, malicious, suspicious activity it's going on the Wi-Fi side, wireless monitoring? Even we have to monitor wireless attacks also. Any rogue IP is connected or any attacker is connected, session hijacking attacks are happening, man in the middle attacks are happening, weak WPA to encryption attacks, or weak ciphers attacks. All these are Wi-Fi related attacks. Session hijacking will happen in the Wi-Fi also, wireless also. Man in the middle attacks will happen in the Wi-Fi also. Okay. Weak ciphers, because you are connecting to our Wi-Fi. Weak ciphers meaning is less ciphers or less key length of the encrypted mechanism we are using. WPA to encryption mechanism. Okay. Just click on this one. So WIDS profile, wireless IDS profile. So disable, right now it is disabled. Basically we have to enable, okay. Because they are not monitoring. So everything you can put it as a default. There is no need to change anything. And these are all the different types of intrusions. A sleep attack. In case in the interview point of view, they will ask what are the different types of wireless attacks. You can see these maybe 3 or 4. Example, flooding attack. Okay, session hijacking attack. Okay, I will write here. Wireless attacks. This is also one of the interview question. Session hijacking. MITM, man in the middle attack. Weak ciphers. Okay. Yeah. So flooding category. Brute force attack. So brute force attack even applicable to Wi-Fi also. Yet I mean, hackers or intruders or attackers, they will try to compromise, okay, our credentials of the Wi-Fi. Example, even nowadays, not nowadays, even also couple of times you will go and you will see what are the different types of Wi-Fi are available. Okay, so just we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or is there any other passwords? That is one type of brute force attack. Okay, so a sleep attack is one thing, flooding category, authentication flooding category, broadcasting deauthentication. Okay, so fail flooding category, fail flooding category related to access point. Okay, so all these are related to spoof deauthentication, spoofing also, forgot spoofing. Yeah. So these are all the wireless related attacks. It can monitor whenever any abnormal, malicious, suspicious activity happen for these type of category of the attacks. It will generate the alert notification. Okay. Most of the organizations firewall, they will not use as a wireless monitoring, as I said, dedicated tool. So dedicated tool means, so for monitoring of the wireless or monitoring of the Wi-Fi, so they will implement a dedicated tool. Okay, so that is about wireless ideas. Wireless IPS also it's better, but right now it is not supporting port in it. In future, maybe they will. In future, maybe they will. So there, what we can see, instead of enable and just monitoring, we have to put even block also. WIPS. So whether WIDS it will block these actions. I'm asking you whether WIDS profile we configured, whether it will monitor or it will block.
Monitor.
It will just detect monitor, sir.
Yes, it will monitor only, it will not block. That's correct. It will only monitor, it will give the alert notification. In future, maybe Fortinet vendor, they will implement WIPS also, blocking as well. Right now, it is not supporting. So vendor side issue, not from our side. Wi-Fi certificate. So certificate, even for Wi-Fi server also, we have to configure. In the firewall level, we are configuring the Wi-Fi certificate. So whenever the user is connected to any SSID or Wi-Fi, in that scenario, so that certificate will validate with our firewall now. So in between our firewall and also to the client, so keys will be exchanged. WPA2 authentication mechanism. So keys will be exchanged. So wireless also, it will exchange the keys and encrypted channel will form. That is Wi-Fi setting. Here they are using PORT based certificate authority. CA means certificate, the purchase CA certificate. Okay. PORT link interfaces. So this is also one second part of Wi-Fi only. Okay, port link, whatever link it is configured. So that aggregated link they are monitoring as a Wi-Fi. So that one they selected. And IP address, this already we seen part of our network interfaces, aggregate interface. For that aggregate interface, they enable this Wi-Fi. Okay. Name of the address of the respective aggregated interface and DHC server range. They enable DHCP server, that range of the DHCP server, net mask, and save. Okay. So nothing but through WAN interface or through aggregate interface only, this Wi-Fi we can monitor. Most of the cases WAN, because internet is required. Managed port switches. So in case in our organization level, you are purchasing instead of Cisco or HP or IBM or any other switches, so we cannot monitor from Fortinet. In case if you are using, one second guys. In case you are using Fortinet switches in our organization level, we can come here and we can enter. We can configure database like asset inventory. Okay, sorry, some internet issues. So here what I am saying here, we can manage asset inventory related switches also here. Water switches we are purchasing from FortiGate, we can enable here, and we can monitor what is status of the switches. Okay. So Forti switch clients, whenever any user is connecting to the Fortinet switches, okay, so and through which interface that switch is configured, and what is the version of the, okay, so client, wherever we are switch is configuring. So Forti switch client, example, the MAC address, the whatever Forti switch and whatever interface and virtual LAN, because virtual LAN where we will configure in the switch level, VLAN ID, every group will assign one dedicated ID number that is called VLAN ID. VLAN ID. Okay. VLAN ID will assign, and also whatever client we are configuring. So that client operating system version and hardware. So whatever hardware we are purchasing a server, that hardware version. Example Linux, this is computer. Any user is connected, that user information status. Status of the respective port switch client status. Okay. So that is about the port clients and VLANs. What are VLANs we configured in the switch level? So that VLANs information. So grouping of that VLANs name of the VLAN, virtual LAN, and VLAN ID. So every virtual LAN, this is not a physical or data center LAN, it's a virtual LAN. Okay. So this VLAN ID number and IP address of the VLAN are administrative access. When you say administrative access, even we have to enable couple of administrative access. Example, ping command, SSH, telnet, okay, then ICMP, all those services we have to configure. You can see HTTPS and SSH, FMG access, security fabric, ping command. Okay, those are the 5 access. So whenever this switch is going down, using these are the troubleshooting steps. Using HTTPS or SSH or FMG access or fabric connectivity, we can go and we can verify why the switches went down. Okay. So at the time of data link layer discussion, there are 2 sublayers are there. Part of voice layer we discussed, already we discussed. Okay, so data link layer contain 2 sublayers. One is media access control. Second one, logical link on LLC. Logical link control, media access control. So logical link controls will use VLAN ID concept. In switch, we can switch in switch, we'll configure as VLAN IDs. So there I told you based on the team wise, HR team, 1 VLAN ID. Okay, security team, 1 VLAN ID. Next one is network team, 1 VLAN ID. DevOps team, 1 VLAN ID. Physically they are separated, but logically they are same. Same thing. Here we are implementing in the firewall level. Okay, to monitor switches. So port is switch ports. So what are ports or communication purpose we are using? So as I said, there it will use couple of linking protocols. One is STP spanning tree protocol. Then it will use VRRP, HSRP. These are switching protocols. Okay, what are the different types of protocols, switching protocols we have? One is STP spanning tree protocol, trunking protocol, VRRP protocol, HSRP protocol. Hey guys, this one is not security guys, whatever we are discussing now. All these, in case you're purchasing 40 switches, we can monitor those switches from the firewall also. That's what I'm saying here. Okay. Yeah, actually this whose role this one? Network engineer roles. Why we have to monitor whether switch is down or up, whether route is up or down. In case in the router level any security attacks will come, yes, we are responsible. Example, MAC flood, IP flood attack or IP spoofing attack. We are responsible. Whatever we are discussing, this is not security basically. So till from port link interfaces to NAC policies, all these are completely why we are discussing this one. Fortinet has a capability of managing of the devices. Okay. C1 switches and routers. So that is the meaning. So these are the different types of ports they configured. Ports they configured in this switch. Port switch. Okay, who will configure that one? Switching guy. So router and switching team, they will configure. Port switch, port policies. So grouping of similar type of whatever ports we are configuring. Example, if you want to combine together all those ports, single policy, and also you want to monitor, we have to create one policy here. So the policy name, through which port they are communicating. What is the policy? Okay, 802.1x policy. So this is one of the thing, and also they selected, they are monitoring dedicated to SSO guest users. We can monitor internal users also, not only guest users, internal users also. So then we have to select internal users information as well. So remaining is you can enable everything. Okay. NAC policies. When you say NAC policies, network access control. Network access control. So example, in the network level also, whether printer is sleeping or inactive or running, server is sleep or inactive running, okay, or active. So what are network devices we have? Okay, in that scenario, we have to configure the NAC policies. Example, we have a couple of tools are available dedicated to NAC. NAC, Network Access Control. Example, one of the very famous tool, Force Scout. Force Scout is one of the very popular tool for the NAC. Network Access Control. Meaning here, whatever network level is there any device, how they authenticating, how they authorized, whether status of the network devices, all the laptops, MacBooks, workstations, not endpoint security. Network level, how the authentication is happening, or the status of these devices. Okay. So we have NAC related devices, NAC related solutions also we have. Example, Port Scout is one of the popular tool. Okay. So in case, what is the conclusion from this one now? Firewall, Fortinet firewall has a capability of, okay, NAC policies also. There is no need to purchase the third party vendor. That is the meaning. Fortinet firewall has a switch capability they have, wireless capability they have, NAC capability also they have. Okay, just click on this one. So here, what are aggregate interfaces are there? All those interfaces they are enable means they'll monitor. And segment like, okay, what are VLANs are configured? You have to select all those VLANs. Example, this one. Wherever our network related devices are there. Okay. So save. Primary interface example, internal interface. So save button. So whatever our internal zone, okay, network access controls enabled and it is authenticating. So those information can be provided. In the we are log and report, we can monitor all those devices, who are all connected and so on. Okay. So NAC for network access control, meaning here network level authentication wise and also status wise connected or not, what's going on. Okay. So that access control policies also feature is available. That's why next generation firewall a lot more capabilities. So wireless monitoring, antivirus monitoring, DLP monitoring, DNS monitoring, file monitoring, URL monitoring, app control, web control. Okay, web application firewall monitoring part. Not only monitoring, blocking also. Wireless monitoring, NAC monitoring, port switches monitoring, and so on. That's why firewall is a must device in the organization level. We have to deploy in the perimeter level. Okay, so that is about Wi-Fi related part and switch related. In the evening class, we can discuss of system, fabric, and log and report. So as I said several times, your main role in the L1, L2, L3 in the dashboard tab. Okay, next one is log and report tab only. Your implementation, yes, network, policies, and remaining tabs also. Okay. So log and report is one of the very main important topic. So monitoring is everything here only, log and report tab. Security fabric is topology, how the firewall is connected, physical topology, logical topology, where the firewall is deployed. Okay. System meaning here licensing information, licensings, high availability. Okay. Regular firmware updates. All this is a licensing part here. Okay. So that's all for today morning. We'll continue today evening at 6 o'clock. Okay. Hey guys, I'm saying once again, whatever I am discussing from yesterday morning onwards, everything is implementation only. How to implement firewall level. Okay. So even today evening up to system and fabric is implementation, and whatever log and report is, that is monitoring. Nothing but whenever any instance will come, we have to go to the log and report tab and we have to analyze. Any questions you have? Any questions?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Mastan.
Sir, for real-time operations, when we have to come to Satupalli or Hyderabad?
January 1st week.
January 1st week, sir. Okay.
Your
For how long
choice.
time? Okay. For how long time that we have to stay there, sir?
See, you want to, if you see whatever I'm teaching, it is more than sufficient for cracking the interview. Okay. Whatever I'm giving, it's more than sufficient. But yes, I want from my hand, I want to do a couple of investigations. Okay. So in that scenario, yes, you can come, we'll help you and we'll support you.
Okay, sir. Because I have it's I'm keeping 3 years of experience, so that's why I want to learn, sir.
Even 8 years experienced people also, without any practical knowledge, they are surviving very nicely. Okay. So it is very simple. It's not like a development or not like a DevOps or TechOps or machine learning or data science. One alert will come, we have to do investigation. It's very simple cybersecurity as compared to other technologies. Even Power BI also nowadays, people are feeling very difficult. Why? Because they have to write a lot of queries in Power BI. Okay. So one of the student is migrated from Power BI to cybersecurity. Even a lot of testing people, they will move from testing team to our cybersecurity, DevOps people, machine learning people, and so on. Because surviving those technologies is a little bit complicated as compared to cybersecurity. Yes, anyway. So for your question, whatever you raised, so whenever you are available, you are always welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other? For cracking the interview, whatever I am giving the notes, that is more than sufficient. Whatever you are watching and you are making notes, that is 100% sufficient. Any other?
Sir, ethical hacker is completely different, sir.
I'm sorry.
Ethical hacker is completely different.
Ethical hack is completely different. Pen test, application security, IoT testing, mobile security testing, cloud testing, that is different. For that one, at least you need one programming language. So at least Java, most of the case, Java is better. So as compared to Python or PowerShell, because most of the applications we will use Java based microservice platform. Any other?
Sir,
Yes,
CyberRK is different tool.
CyberRk is IAM tool, Identity and Access Management. So it's an admin tool, completely different. That one dedicated to IAM, that IAM vacancy. You will get calls to CyberArk also. You will get calls to Microsoft Identity. You will get calls to even Ping Identity. There are different types of calls and vacancies you will get.
Okay.
But you should see this one. I'm giving out of 360 degrees of security. Almost I'm covering 300 degrees. It's not on just only cyber security SOC operations. Only cloud in depth I'm not giving. Pen test in depth is not giving. Remaining all other GRC, auditing related, endpoint related, network related, application related. Okay. Even you can apply VAPT vacancies also. But whatever OS top 10 we discussed, you can make sure that everything you understood and you are able to crack the interview or not. Yeah. Pen test also you can apply, but cracking the interview is a little bit complicated. Yes. Any other? Yeah. Coming back, CyberArk is identity and access management tool. Any other? Okay, guys, thank you so much. See you at evening at 6 p.m. IST.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.